hour. Is that enough to live on in America in the year 2025?
Thank you, Senator, for the question.
Underground, as we go about our lives on the surface above. It's real, and it's right here in the United States. Subtropolis. Decades ago, limestone was mined here for concrete and asphalt. What's left is space. A lot of space.
Okay, so what's down here right now? We have 6 million square feet of buildings leased to 55 companies. There's 1,700 employees that run around here and go to work every day.
It's a massive industrial park, all underground.
Do you ever worry, like the world could come to an end upstairs, and you guys would just be down here toiling away, right?
I feel like Fort Knox. Security is a big selling point. Subtropolis is basically disaster-proof. Another selling point? Subtropolis is always 65 degrees. Always. What better place, then, to put a room full of computer servers? There's a lot of cool stuff in Subtropolis, especially in a company called Underground Vaults and Storage.
What are you going to show us? We're going to show you Hollywood, right behind these doors.
Inside, aisle upon aisle of TV and movie treasures sent here by the studios for safekeeping. From the National Archives to food distributor Paris Brothers, the occupants of Subtropolis praise the predictability of doing business in a place where the sun never shines nor sets. A large working city operating deep on...
Somebody come and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Somebody come look at this. Look at this. Somebody come and look at this. Look at this.
When we drove through this locked gate in rural Indiana, we never could have imagined what was deep beneath the ground.
Open sesame.
A massive underground bunker, big enough to comfortably sleep 80 people, with all the luxuries of home, plush sofas, a top-of-the-line kitchen, even video games.
Armed security patrol the entrance to a doomsday bunker that's reserved for the wealthy elite, and sales are booming. These 16,000-pound doors lock you inside. We're heading deep below the surface of the earth into an underground bunker like no other.
We are in a typical full-floor residential unit, and even though we are more than 100 feet underground right now, you can see that it's certainly not a claustrophobic area.
12 luxurious condos exist here with fireplaces, high-end appliances, jacuzzis, even windows. Yes, windows. High-definition TVs broadcast a live feed of the outside world right into your living room. The price tag for this 3-bedroom, 2-bath condo, $2.3 million. Common areas include a movie theater, rock climbing wall, and shooting range. There's even a farm that grows all the fresh fruits and vegetables you'll need.
This can grow up to 70 different species of plants.
Armed security